Hey everybody, welcome to another video here on YouTube. I created a clothing store here on YouTube and I want to show you kind of how I created it, and this is something I've never shared here on YouTube thus far. I remade the Pump Chasers clothing line into a kind of a little bit different of a store look. Now the current store that you're looking at is the official store. And this is what you guys are going to see is for probably one of the first times you guys are going to see a real example of what a theme or a Shopify theme can do to highly impact your store's conversion rate, your store sales, basically everything in that area. The number one problem that people experience is simply just they don't get enough sales. And I don't want to talk too much. I think I could show better than I could talk. I'm sure people are going to be curious what theme I used to rebuild this store, so I'll kind of show you guys in a second. But let's go ahead and take a look at the actual store that I built. So this is the original store. I did not build this one. And let's just take a look here at some of the images. You could see here, by the way, the photography is nice. Whoever took these photos specifically of these specific products did a great job. Not so much with this one, because some of the details or some of the small fine details is how I know if a photographer is really good at doing their job is if all the photos are the same size. That's one way, right? Because what photographers are really good at is, or some of them, is they put one setting on the camera and they just shoot, right? And I've been around a lot of photographers to know what you're seeing here, or whoever the photographer is, you're seeing different size images across the board. So we have a different size image for between these two, right? We have almost a different style of shot here between these two images. Okay, like you could see here, this side view image, then we have this image, right? They're different sizes. A professional photographer won't really go through that. When I say professional, I'm talking about a professional specifically for e-commerce, because there's different kinds of photographers. This is an example of what shouldn't be happening here on e-commerce stores, and I'm sure many people do this, is do you guys see how this clearly photoshopped background, even the part of the hair is cut off of the model here, and it's just too bright of a background, things like that. And basically what this is, these kind of photos, they are an attempt to make the images look professional. But the reality is when an image looks professional, it's supposed to be in its natural state. And I'll kind of show you guys what I mean when I show you the store that I built, and I'll reveal that for you. But these are some mistakes that I see in typical beginner stores. Another mistake is a very, very large logo size. Now, people might sit here and say, well, Pump Chasers is a successful brand. Why would you remake their store? And the answer is yes, they are very successful, but they could be more successful if things are a little bit more appealing. Now, to be very clear, Pump Chasers is a very successful brand, and the majority of the people who purchase these products it's either for one of two reasons. Either they've seen outside marketing other than the website to buy the products, which they have. They've probably seen the YouTube channel of Chris Jones, huge YouTube channel, and big props to him for doing such a successful job with his channel. But the second reason is they want to support. When I see products like these, I feel a different vibe than for example, an Alphalete. So I'll give you an example, like Alphalete Athletics, okay? When I see Alphalete Athletics, I think this clothing store, people buy the products because they really, really want to buy the products. Now, that's not to say that's not the case for Pump Chasers, but what I am saying for Pump Chasers is, basically, to put it as simple as possible and as nice as possible, is it just needs to be marketed differently. The brand is a phenomenal brand. I just don't think that whoever's doing the photography, whoever's doing the marketing, is the best way I could say it is really focused on the marketing aspect, right? They're not really too focused, which is fine if your brand is successful. But let's face it, a lot of the other people here watching this YouTube channel, they don't have the same reach that Pump Chasers has or Chris Jones. And has an amazing business, guys. He's a great guy. You know, he makes great videos to help motivate people and help them out on YouTube, and, you know, and people love to support him for that. But I bet he can do a ton better if he kind of had a different approach to the marketing. I'm not sure if it's him who's doing the marketing. Maybe he's hiring people. But I could definitely shed some light on that. So let's go ahead and head over to the Alpha. It's referred to as the Alpha Wolf theme. This is the Alpha Wolf theme. This is the theme that I used to do the rebuild. And so the rebuild I'll show it to you guys in a minute. I don't want to spoil too much here. But this is the Alpha Wolf theme here. It's $295. You guys can get it at a $25 discount. And it's the code is Warrior, code Warrior. That is my specific discount code because I am an affiliate for wolfofshopify.com. And these are the guys who make the Alpha Wolf theme. And there's a whole lot of features other than just a professional look to the theme. But for those who don't know, I'll kind of show you guys that now. So one thing that I did was I focused on kind of the positives of the business behind the Pump Chasers brand. So one of the positives was this clothing line right here, this polo button-up t-shirt line. It was probably photographed by the same person, and they did a phenomenal job with these. And so that's why I kept these as the first 5 products that you can see when you first come to the website. Now, if you notice here, we have a new, a product carousel tab, and that's why it's kind of, it's carousel means that it's going to keep spinning like this, like as a real carousel in real life. It's going to keep spinning. The only thing I wish that was here is I wish we could have more images of this right here, of these style, like whoever shot these photos, right? I can see kind of shot the same photos here, like between the gray shirt. If you guys look, the gray here. Hold on, let me try to drag it. You guys can see the gray shirt and then the polos. Whoever shot these photos did a great job. I wish that they maybe had a few more of the same thing or the same, photography style. Maybe the person who shot these photos shot this photo also, but there's a high chance that it might not have happened. They are different sizes. Now, with that being said, this was just a t-shirt that I didn't choose to add, but we can kind of edit it out because it doesn't look uniform. One thing that you want to do when you're creating a good Shopify store is you want to have it, uniformity is key. Next thing is we have the women's products. These, from what I know, were the only women's products that were in the store. I could be wrong, but there were a few. There were a few women's products, and I tried to add them, but once again, in a real life scenario, I probably wouldn't have added them to the store or released them in the business unless there were different kind of images. Accessories I didn't even add because the photo style, like I said, was a little bit different. And something that you guys will realize is that content is very, very important. Now, I created this little section here, these 4 product section, just to highlight a certain aspect, okay? These 4 products are actually all the same product, just in different colors. Here in the men's section, if you go over here to the men's section, you go over to the second page, that's these products right here, the Summer Vibe tanks. The only problem with these Summer Vibe tanks is, well, there's 2 problems. The first problem is that they're on the second page, okay? That's the first problem right there. Whoever was editing this store kind of maybe didn't realize from a conversion standpoint that the Summer Vibe tanks are highly marketed on Instagram. If I go to Instagram, okay, I'll just click on Instagram here, and we look at the Instagram, the first photo that I've seen here is a Summer Vibe tank. Yes, I get it. It says link in the description. If somebody clicks on the link in the description, where does it take them? It takes them to the official website, but it doesn't take them to the actual link of the actual product, which is a problem. Because when somebody wants to look for this product, they might not see this little search button up here because the logo is so big. So they might start looking, okay, where's the Summer Vibe tanks? I see an image here, and then all I see is this, right? They see a bunch of products, they might hop off. And this is like, what I'm just talking about right now, guys, is this happens to 90% of the stores out there. Majority of customers don't have the patience to look through a store, look for the product they want. That's why it's so hard to get a higher conversion rate. But you would see here, better Shopify themes allow that, okay? Now, that being said, look how much marketing was done behind these summer vibe tanks. Now, if I actually was a customer and I looked at this product, okay, and I looked at this product, this image, these images right here with the white background and just the position that this person is standing in, this doesn't show off the product the same way an image like this shows off the product, right? Or an image like this shows off the product. So what happens here is, and this is what I could tell, is whoever took these photos and said, okay, these are going to be the website photos, they're trying to play the corporate game. They're trying to play the game that 99% of other Shopify beginners try to do, which is, the traditional white background, model standing forward, model standing to the side. That game is, I don't want to say it's over, but this is not the game to play when you're Pump Chasers brand. Use the good content that you have. Use content like this, right? Use content like this on your website. This is an amazing picture, tremendous, to market the photo and get sales. Look at this photo. It looks great, right? Sometimes it doesn't always have to be by the book. It doesn't have to be, a very traditional kind of setup here. And you could see here, this setup is hurting the sales of this brand. And the reason why I say that is because if you're a customer, who do you want to buy from? The guy who posts a picture like this, right? Or do you want to buy from a picture like this? Like, what's more motivating to you? So at the end of the day, this is a gym brand, right? Do you want to see an epic, cool picture of a guy who's in the gym next to the dumbbells, focused, ready? He's got, he's sweating on the t-shirt already. Or do you want to order something like this, right? All this is what I see is corporate. I feel corporate. And if you guys know anything about Pump Chasers, they are not corporate. Pump Chasers is a brand that's, they do it different over there, right? And my point here is use your these are advantages right here. These are amazing, tremendous photos that should be used in business, and I actually took the time to use them. Right? So you see these 4 photos here? These are photos that literally market the product, and you could see here they beautifully show what the product is. Right? Like if I'm a customer from Instagram, let's say I never knew who the Pump Chasers brand was, and I see these photos, right? And I say, wow, that's a nice tank. I want one of those. And I click on the link. The first problem I run into is where can I find the tanks? I can't find them. The second problem I run into is this doesn't look like this, right? So it's like, I want this. I don't want this, right? So this is also another cognitive bias called correlation bias. If you run an ad, for example, with a photo like this, and then the person comes to an ad like this, it's not going to sell, okay? There's no correlation there. You have to have, correlation means everything has to be exact, okay? Next thing. Here, I got a little fancy, and I did a product gallery grid that still shows off the products, but shows it off in a different way. Let's take a look at it. So let me go ahead and zoom out. And I knew one of the benefits to the store, one of the aspects that are really nice, and should be a high selling point, by the way, is these polos, right? But sometimes when you're a customer, the first thing you see is typically not the last thing you see. Pay attention to what I just said. The first thing you see is not the last thing you see. And as a customer, you want to see what's special. Well, sometimes customers kind of glimpse over the first thing they see. And so we bring them back. We bring them back to show them the benefits of these great t-shirts right here. These button-up t-shirts, the polo tee, because they look phenomenal, right? Now, something tells me that these t-shirts, not t-shirts, sorry, these button-ups, the fancy shirts that you guys were seeing, they should have been sold out, in my opinion, the first time they're released. The problem is like I said, who's ever responsible for creating the Pump Chasers website either might not know too much about conversion rates or whatever. This should be on the homepage of the site, right? Like I shouldn't be seeing stuff like this. For a business, and this is the problem is, you guys see these accessories here? As a business, you want to put the most profitable product first. The product that's going to have the highest chance to sell out. In my book, this is not going to sell out. I mean, it could sell out, but it's not the most profitable. A t-shirt like this, okay, first of all, it should be, if it was me, I would be charging at least $70 for a t-shirt like this. That's number one, okay? Number two, should be on the homepage. People should come to the homepage and see a collection of the products right in front of them. But that doesn't happen. So I went ahead and did that. And notice here, all these images are clickable and they take you to the right product here. So if I click on this image, it takes me to the right product right here. Notice how clear and amazing these images are, right? Whoever photoed these, did the photography work, took the photos, the snapshots, phenomenal work on these photos, right? Next thing, I said, let's go ahead and showcase some of these other products. Because, with the Pump Chasers brand, we're kind of working with a limited array of products. But I understand how hard it is to run a clothing brand. I really do, because I've ran a clothing brand and I sold one. Now, with that being said, I kind of did a little masonry style grid format here. So if you notice, I kept things uniform. I kept the white t-shirt on the bottom. I have a mint or blue, whatever you want to call it, turquoise t-shirt here. I have a spacer in the middle. So the spacer is just something to break up the pattern. It's called pattern interrupt, okay? And then here I have 2 shop now buttons. They're both identical with a little sale image here. Now, this it's not an image, it's actual text. But this text here, it's just used to grab attention. Create incentivization. Remember, one of the biases we have as humans are incentivization bias, which basically means consumers have to be incentivized to buy, right? There are some consumers who are on their edge. They're not sure if they're ready to buy, but they want to buy the product, but they're just simply not sure. Something like this is going to tip that customer over the edge, boost your conversion rate, and get the sale. And at the end of the day, what does that do for you? Very simple. It creates more sales, more profit, more money. Okay? And look at it. It's just something very, very simple. It's some text. But the key here is look at how clean everything looks. The next thing, we did like a little Instagram style gallery, but a shoppable gallery. So what we did was we took some of the images from Instagram. And when I say we, I mean me. But I'm talking to you guys like as a group here. I took some of the cool images from Instagram because I believe they need to be shared. The reason why I say that is because there are going to be a percentage, even if it's small, a percentage of people who come to this website because of SEO, right? Maybe they're looking for a turquoise gym tank, right? And if there aren't, then once again, somebody's messing up here who's working for Chris Jones. Whoever's the employee, focusing on this stuff, maybe they're not an expert, which is fine. But there should be somebody who has some kind of expertise behind this, because they're missing out on free money. When somebody searches on Google for silver gym tank, they should be seeing images like this, okay? And there should be somebody behind the scenes doing the SEO for a company like this. But anyways, I just wanted to basically showcase some of these fancy images, right, that are amazingly taken, that are on the Instagram on the website. Because, like I said, some people might find the website first before they find the Instagram. And they might find that through SEO. Now, if there is no SEO being done on Pump Chasers, which I highly doubt there is, by the looks of the website, they're missing out on free money, like I said. And I just created it in a gallery format. Notice the gallery format is very fancy style for this theme. What is it? The Alpha Wolf theme. They kind of set it up in a way where there's text here and text here. So you can kind of edit the text. So instead of the word featured collection, you could have like gray tank, shop now. You could kind of switch it up. And notice there are buttons here that are shoppable. I not deleted, but I kind of erased all those buttons. You can always add them. This was the one I forgot to add, but I guess it serves a purpose for the video so you can see kind of how it looks. Let's go ahead and scroll down. So right here, this was a little kind of a chess move that I did here. Is I know that majority of people are going to be looking at something like this. It's going to grab a lot of attention. Well, guess what I attached to it? Like real close. There was no space in between. A newsletter shop. A newsletter shoppable motivator here. This newsletter, okay, Pump Chasers is one of the brands that they have so much loyal subscribers and followers that people are going to sign up to the newsletter regardless, even if there is no discount, okay? Now, the thing with that is for the average people like me and you guys who don't have a tremendous following behind our businesses and our brands, especially for people that just started a brand new business, you're going to have to incentivize customers. So the same way you incentivize people right here, you're going to incentivize them also. Give them a reason, a piece of motivation to order your products, right? Give them a discount. Give them something, okay? Now, right after that here, oh, and by the way, quick side note, emails, newsletters are used to collect leads. Just keep that in mind, all right? I don't want to go too deep into that. I've spoken about it before, but I might as well just say that. Now, I added this blog section, and I said, why not do something a little bit different for a blog? So what you're looking at, this is a typical blog setup. Now, if I own the Pump Chasers brand, right, I also, I'm a big fan of Pump Chasers. I'm a big fan of Chris Jones. I love his content. Never bought any of his merch, but I like his content. Something that I will say is, he sells supplements, right? The Pump Chaser supplements. If I was him, right, I would figure out, okay, what is one way that I could people can buy my supplements? And I know that Pump Chasers clothing right here, this website doesn't sell supplements on the website. They're sold at like Tiger Fitness and other websites like that. But in the same case, what are ways that I can grab people's attention to buy my supplements? Well, I can have recipes online. And I know Chris Jones does that on the YouTube channel, and he gives people recipes. But in the same case, those same recipes should be on the websites. Why do I say that? It's for SEO purposes, right? You want to have Google, people search, like, for example, Chris Jones is known for his, I believe it was called Peach Cobbler's protein shake or something like that. He's well known for that. And that's something he loves to do. Well, he should create he or somebody, in his team should create what is it called? A recipe, a blog post on his website, so that when people read it, there are people who have no idea who Chris Jones is, believe it or not. They'll go on Google and they'll type in peach cobbler recipe or protein peach cobbler, something like that, right? And guess what? His recipe will pop up since his SEO will be so strong. And they're going to read through the recipe, and guess what? They're going to see a picture or an image of his whey protein, and they're going to say, okay, I need that whey protein to make the peach cobbler, for example, or make the cookies, or make the whatever recipe there is. And that's what I put these images here for. These images were also found on the Instagram, but I have not found them on the website, right? The website seems kind of, not to be disrespectful and say the word bland, but it does seem kind of bland, right? All I'm trying to say here, and to anybody who's a big Pump Chasers fan, or maybe even Chris Jones himself is watching this, I doubt he is, but let's just say he is. I'm not insulting the brand, right? I'm not insulting it whatsoever. The brand is a phenomenal brand. I just don't think whoever created the website is actively showcasing how amazing the brand is through the website. They're not actively communicating how amazing the brand is through the website. And the website is an important place to get that done. Now, with that being said, I didn't really touch the footer. I didn't touch the header. Everything that you guys see me do here, even from creating the products, was done in less than an hour and a half. I think it was done in an hour and 20 minutes. Creating every single product, to designing the website, to creating this, segmentation, to creating everything you're seeing here took me an hour and a half. And that's because of the tremendous content that was on the Instagram, not because of the website, not because of like certain features. Now, like I said, don't go with the corporate look. Like this corporate look with the white background, you don't need to do that. Especially if Chris Jones is watching this, you don't need to do that. All right? If you shoot photos like this and put them on your website, let's just go ahead and scroll. Like this will sell itself, and I promise you will get more sales for that, okay? Not everybody needs to follow the same corporate look that everybody else is doing. Like, just because Alpha Lead is doing it doesn't mean that you have to do it. Alpha Lead is trying to go mainstream, and some may argue they're already mainstream, but Christian, you could tell he's putting serious, I guess you could say, things in place to make that happen. With that being said, you don't have to be mainstream. You don't have to be corporate. If you're a brand like Beast Mode, you could be your own brand. Or if you're a brand like if you're a brand like Pump Chasers, you don't have to go the corporate route like everybody else is doing. Everybody else, all the beginners, guys, they make these mistakes. They make the mistakes of doing the whatever you want to call it, the Photoshop, trying to remove the background. All that's not necessary at all. Trust me, if it's good enough for Instagram, it's good enough for a sale on your website. So basically the point of this video is to not inspire, but to also educate, to teach people about the things that you could do with a website, maybe even pointed out some details of things that you should fix. Either way, I appreciate you guys for watching, and once again, hopefully this video didn't offend anybody. I know sometimes when we talk about certain people's work, it might be offensive to some people, but that's not what it's meant to be. It's meant to encourage and to educate and to inspire. That's really it, because at the end of the day, this website, the Beast Mode website, it should be like a $15 million brand, easily. And the reason why I say easily is because how much support is behind the brand. And I'm talking, the reason why I say numbers like that is because I've sold a supplement. I'm running a supplement company. I've sold a clothing company. I know exactly what it takes to get to numbers like that. And, I know we talk a lot about clothing and all this, but clothing is one of those things where if you mess up certain moves in the business, you're literally like everybody else, a failed clothing brand. But with certain small things that are tweaked, you can become a huge brand. That's what I did when I got acquired, guys. When my company got acquired, I had to make sure everything was dialed in. Those small tweaks were the hardest things to get done. But I came a long way. I started off with things like this that looked like this, and then I developed over time, but I did it very, very quickly because I learned from my mistakes. This brand, Bump Chasers or Beast Mode or whatever you want to call it, they're leaving money on the table with a website that looks like this. Like I said, there's no shame in it because they make a lot of money anyway. But there could be a lot changed here and a lot improved. So this is just my honest video. Thank you guys for watching. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace out. Bye.